Hi there, and welcome back to making a Dalek number 2. Number 4. I've been working on the base of the Dalek here. I've done a few things. Sorry that I've been on for a while because I've been busy doing other things, work, family, the usual thing that would prevent you from doing your modelling. So some modelling I've been doing, but I don't film when I'm making a model. I make so far up and then I come back and do the filming. So what I've been working on since I've last been on here is the base of the Dalek. This is the base of the Dalek. That. And I'm going to put sort of a wheel system on the base of that. So I use these large beads. I think they're 8mm beads. I think they are. Got stuck on the last ones. I just stick a wire through them and just place them there, just so it's got a bit of roll to it. You know, we'll do that when we get to that. So I've been rubbing down this section here, which goes on here. Get the shiny section, the shiny bits off. When I'm rubbing it down, I like to get these shiny bits. You can see it here. I can catch it on the light. This bit here, it shines where it cuts. If I spray it, it doesn't spray very well. So I have to rub it all down. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to glue all these bits around the edges of that, like that, around there. Doesn't matter if I do it on that or this, but this is going to be Dalek to be sitting on this. So what have I done so far? Well, what I've done so far is I've painted the Dalek body. This is the colour it's going to be. Okay, this is going to be this grey colour. The only grey colour I could find I wanted. This is the colour I wanted. But I sprayed it and I had a few little problems after spraying it, realising some bits didn't look right, like around the front here. I wasn't happy about this. So I wanted to go back to it again and rub it down. I got back on there with the rubber sander, rubbing it down, and also to show you, you can really scratch up that paint. Although the paint looks lovely and shiny, with it put on there, you can go back like I have and start scratching it back up. You get some little bits that don't look right. You get back in there, scratching it back up again. But the good thing about this paint here is once you paint straight over that, once you wet and dry this down here, you won't even know that it's been rubbed down. So I've got this bit here wasn't sitting right. It just wasn't right. So I'm going to refill that bit there. I'm going to refill this piece here. And I think that's it really. And there's a piece here I might fill. Might fill a bit here as well. Fill a piece here as well. Just wanted to try this paint out. This is an enamel grey. It's called industrial grey enamel paint from Halfords. Sometimes I use their enamels. Some of their enamels are quite good. So I'm going to refill this section up here, this piece down here, these little bits here, I'm going to refill them. There's just a few little holes there, I'm crazy about, and that wasn't really square enough for me. It just didn't look right. And this was off centre. This section here, it wasn't going down dead straight, sort of went off slightly. I'm going to bring that back in again. So I've done that bit, but that's the colour it's going to be when it's all finished. That's what the colour it's going to be. I've also done the I did that would be sitting on top of there when it's finished. Like that, top of that when it's finished. I've cut these bits out, I've rubbed all this down, I've done a bit of filling on that, around here and there, just needs a little bit of filling there. So I've cut that all out, filled it, that's where you can have the gun bit in, that's this piece here. And I've marked on there, roughly where the centre is, so when I stick that in there, it's just judgment with this really, get it in there, onto the marks and just glue it, and let it glue. And then you just put your other bits in there, and then you just fill it up afterwards. It's a case of filling it up afterwards. So I've done that bit. That's pretty much ready to go on top of that when that's done. Once that's glued on top of that, and all the other bits are put on that, then it can all be sprayed that colour. I did the head. Well, you saw me cut the head out last time. I'm making the head. I filled it along top here, where you can see where I had that slight dent there. I've also cut the front out. Now I cut the front out, I said I wasn't going to use a knife for this. but I did use the knife. I did use the knife because it had a nice, I don't know if you can see it here on this light, I can't tell. There's a little line going around there, which I got off the vacuum forming machine, but it had the same line coming down here. So I just sat here nice and slowly, just didn't rush it, just with the knife nice and slowly, one line, two line, kept going on the same line until it just broke through, and then just snapped that off of there and tidied it up with a sander like that, and sanded around the edges, got it all smoothed off. That's why I use the toughest plastic for that, because you can really go to town with that. So that's done. I'm going to do the bit to hold the gun out of these bits here. I'm gluing them all together. The bits all go together and they'll sit inside there. Or the eye, sorry, there we go. The eye, it will sit inside there, pretty much like that. That'll hold the eye. Put on there. That's that. I've got these beads here. I think these are 11 or 12 millimeter beads. I think they are. I think they are. These beads here is as simple. I was trying to think of so many ways of trying to make these bits. I just decided to get the beads from eBay. So I think these are 12 millimeter. I haven't got my measuring but I think 12 millimeter. And I just run like a drill inside it to make it a little bit bigger, and they'll sit behind that like that. It's just an easier way to do it for your gun. They'll sit behind there, and that's done. I've got a load of beads there, because you know what they say, loads of beads, lots of Daleks. Okay, that's right. So that's that. So I've got that head done now. I've got to get this finger sanded down. I've not sanded that down yet, so I need to get to sand that down. Like that. Let's get it tidied up there. The reason why I don't film me doing this is because it takes a little bit of time. So keep sanding that down until it's nice and level. Once it's nice and level and needs any filling needs doing, I'll just fill it up afterwards. Just give a good old sanding. I'm going to sand this, and I'm just going to skip. You can come back as soon as I've sanded this. Still sanding away like a good one here. I want this to be nice and flat at the bottom, but when the rims go around here, the neck piece, they need to sit right down flush at the bottom of this. So this has to sit down nice and flush. So while I'm doing that, anyway, another thing I need to show you. I did these bits here. These bits here are the light bits that go on top of the Dalek's dome. I've done a couple of them. You can see them on the camera. These are 3D printed with a 3D machine. I'm going to show you me printing this on the 3D machine. And I don't know if that's in focus. I can't tell if that's in focus or not. This is the light. I've measured it already to the size I want it. I want it to be 10 millimeters. I can show you the size here. I'll show you the size. I'm clicking on there. Just click on it, and you see over here. Excuse the light in the background. It says it's 10 by 20 millimeters. That should be just enough size, just the right size to go on the top of that there. Now these lights on the Daleks from the TV show, they would have been like I'll show you underneath it. I can get underneath it. If we go underneath the light and zoom in there, you can see that it's got a shaping on the inside of the light as well. So when the 3D machine prints this out, all that shaping and stuff should be underneath it, as it is. And the original Doctor Who's Daleks lights were lenses off of minis. So I'm going to put select that. I'm going to put some supports on that. There we go. Over here. I don't want light supports on there, so I'll just remove all supports and then auto support it again. You've got lighter ones and then got more supports, so that should be okay I think for that. That'll support it right through. As the print comes up, it'll leave the supports and the light will take over from there, and it should be fine there. Now what I'm going to do there now, because you can't rely on this print coming out as well as you'd like it to, go back to the normal plate and I'll stick that over there. And I'm going to come up here, at the top here, and copy that. I should get another one somewhere. There it is. Bring that over here. And go up there again, at the top there again, edit and then copy it again. And another one should come down the bottom there. I'll come back so you can see that whole screen. So I'm going to print a few of these. No point in printing just one or just two, because some prints may not come out. I'm going to do this in a clear glass, so hopefully it'll be clear. I'm going to put some bulbs in there. Hopefully the bulbs I fit in there will be the supports to hold this in place. 1, 2, 3. I'll do quite a few of these. I can fill this whole plate up and it'll print the same amount of time. The time only starts from there to the top of here, so I could have the whole plate full, and whatever it takes to print one, it'll print the same time. Whatever it takes to print one of these, it will take the same time to print all of them. So I can stick as many as I like on here, and if I have about 4 or 5 failed prints, which happens sometimes, it does happen, then I know I'm going to be okay. I'll have a few spare. So what I'm going to do here, just to help myself out, I'm going to spread them out evenly. One there, one there, one there, one here, one there, one there, one there, there. I'm going to put them there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop another light bulb in here. Grab it out here. And I'm going to change the size again for that up here. Let's just see when I do the size, it will jump up in size. 10 by 20. Put 20 in there. 20. Now what I'm going to do with this one here, I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to put no supports on that one. And I'm going to get a copy of that as well. And if it prints without any supports, then all's good to me. If it prints without any supports, then all the better for me. The more I can get printed, the better it is for me. It just saves me having to print it all over again. And I've not used this new clear. I've not used it yet, so I'm hoping it will come out. Trouble when you use clear, sometimes when you use it, it tends to frost up. Now I'm not too fussed with these lights if they frost up, because I think the lights were frosted up in the Dalek anyway, so I'm not too fussed. Now I can click on that again and get a copy of another one of those. A printing file, so I can just stick it in the printer. So I just click on the slice there and just name it as the Dome's Dalek Dome Lights. Just leave it Dalek Dome Lights. New ones. And then I'll just press that and it'll start calculating how long it takes to print that. Right, there you go, that's calculated. It's sliced all of that. And apparently it's going to take that 52 minutes to print all that. Don't forget, it doesn't print all of them like a normal printer will go through one at a time. This does it in lines, it goes straight up, all of them. A slice at a time. So it'll do that for 52 minutes. Now, right, this is the printer, the Anycubic printer, Proton. Very good machine. If you've not got one of these Anycubic Protons or any of these resin machines and you like doing a bit of modelling, you've got to get one of these because they're great. They give you such high detail prints like this here. This model I made here of Harley Quinn. I made that some time back. But that's the sort of detail prints you can get out of this printer. And it'll print it so you can even take the gun out of the holster. You know, so it'll print it so your gun will go back in the holster. That's how good these prints are. You can get all these files for this if you want to print that. So we power it up. And then we got to set it all up. To set it up, we have to open the top of the printer. Make sure this is loose and tight. Make sure it's clean from dust or anything inside there. Make sure there's no dust or anything inside there, because that screen there, I don't know if you can see that screen from there. That screen there, inside there, that prints up the image. I'll show you UV. It prints up the image and the UV light, and that's what sets the resin. I'll just give you a quick glance of it. It'll come up like that, and that light there sets the resin. And it does that for a couple of minutes, and then it goes up and it comes down. It does the next bit, up and down. It'll do that until your print's done. Until your print's done. But first you have to set the bed up. That's the first thing. Then we just line this back up so you're straight. First you have to set the bed up. And to set the bed up, first thing you have to do with these is you've got to bring it down to home position. This is that one, home position. That'll come down to home position now. And then you need a sheet of paper like this, because that's how thick the print has to be. And we'll be sticking that inside there. This can be a bit fiddly doing this. It can be a bit of a nuisance trying to get it right. But once you've got it right, it's okay. I'm going to turn off a couple of seconds while that gets down there. Right, now that the print plate is down in home position, what we have to do now, we have to set 1 millimeter and come down a bit, and down a bit more. Now it's getting a bit tight there now. Not tight enough. So I'm going to change that to 0.1, come down a bit more. It's beginning to get a bit tight now. We're going to come down again. That's tight there. I'm going to tighten now. Once it starts getting tight there, which it is, I'm going to now tighten up the bed. Hold it down flat and tighten it. Now that'll be solid. Now we're going to take it up again. It's nice, put a nice drag on that now. That's what we want, a nice drag. Take it up again. We'll take that down a fraction more. Put a nice drag on it. It's just got to drag like that. Once we've got it into position where it's dragging like that, this is the point I'm always thinking, is this right? Can I go up a bit more? Can I go down? It's whether you're right, whether you're wrong. I'm going to trigger it up again. I'm going to take it back up again. It's dragging, but that, I think I'll get away with that. Now once I'm in a position where that's dragging, it's just pinching it, stopping it from coming out. I'll go back, and I'll press Z equals 0. And I'll say yes. Now that's telling this machine here now that the setting I have it on now with this thickness is where it's working from. Okay, not the home position. The home position and this Z equals 0 are two different positions. This one's for print, the other one's for home, for setup. Right, that's ready for printing there now. What we need to do now is go back to there. I'm going to press 10 millimeters and I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll do me 7. After that, we get our vat. That's this thing. We're going to pour resin inside here. That's going to go back inside there. Resin's going to go inside there. The light will project up inside there. Set the resin, and it will be doing that for an hour or so until it's done. Right, we stick that in position, right inside there like that. Lock the nuts up like that. I use this quite a lot if I need figures or parts of dashboards or cockpits or seats or wheels or anything like that. This is what I use this machine for. When I made, if you look on my YouTube, you see I made a model of the fantastic Voyage Proteus submarine, and it came with no figures. So I went online and I went to ZBrush, I think it was ZBrush or somewhere like that, where they do figures, or one program called Human, or something like that, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, the resin here, I've not used this clear resin, I'm going to put it in there. I've used the pink before, it's great stuff. Put that inside there. Wipe it off. Make sure you get no resin anywhere, because the light will set it. The daylight will set that resin. Right, that resin's all set up inside there, ready to go. Show you a bit closer if you can see it. It's got the resin in place inside there. There's a few bubbles in there, but I don't think the bubbles will cause a problem. If they do, we'll soon find out, but I don't think they'll cause a problem. Once we're at this point, we're ready to print. Then we go back again, then we go to print. Now what we need to do is find the print that we just stuck in there, which I think is this one here. Yes, that's the one there. That's the print that's inside there. I'll just show you that if I can get it. Focus into that a bit, zoom in a bit. Very rare I use the zoom on this camera. Zoom in there. That's the print we just done. Then we take it back again, zoom in. That really well. Focus up a bit. Right, print's in there, all ready to go. All we have to do now is press print, and that will come down there to the thickness of that, the thickness of this piece of paper. The UV light will shine up to all the things that I stuck in there, and it should start printing that. In an hour's time, that should be done. We'll just leave that closed like that. We'll go down. The first couple of prints, first lot of prints on the plate, print longer. That's how it really sets it strong on the plate before it starts building the model. So it'll go down, and the lights will come on in a second. So it will set them a lot longer. It will bake them quite hard. I think about 90 seconds it will run for all of them ones. So the resin really sets, and it'll do the first 8 layers really hard. If you have one of these machines, you'll hear it ripping off the plate as it comes up. You hear it rip. Don't worry about it, it's normal. That's a good sound to be hearing. Right, we'll just let that print, and we're going to go into the workshop and get something done to the Dalek that I was working on. Let's get in there. Right, the next part is trying to get them off the plate. I stuck some cleaner inside the tray there. We're going to scrape them off like that. As it comes through. And hopefully they're the right size, and hopefully you won't have no trouble with that. I'm just going to clean them up. I'm not going to put no water on these, I'm just going to let them clean naturally. I'm hoping they're the right size. I never can tell. You can never tell. Yeah. It's okay when you're doing this that you haven't got no cuts, because you do through it, you've got a cut. Right, there we go. That's that really. That's a so that's how I print the lenses for the Dalek. Like I said, it's a great printer. Probably the best investment I've made for me doing modelling anyway. It's very good, and it's come in very handy. I've made some, if you look at some of my other pictures on my YouTube where I did the Fantastic Voyage, I printed the figures inside that model and the figures outside the model I printed with that 3D machine. I think there's a program called Human, a 3D program called Human. I think it's called Human. I can't remember what it's called now because I don't have it anymore. I don't use it anymore. It's called Human, and I printed just a standard human being up, which has a standard human being pose. And then I broke the parts, broke all the legs and arms apart, and glued them together the way I wanted them. Yeah, so at this stage, if you're doing this, it doesn't matter how great it. Wow, I lost so much of that there. It doesn't matter how great this is and how well it looks, because it's going to be filled anyway. So I've gone right round, and it's been fine until I got to this last section. But I'll alter this on the coral draw. So next time it's cut, it will cut perfect. I'm going to let that set there. I don't need to touch that now. That's the Dalek edge bit. I can set there. What I want to do now is I want to bring this bit here over like that. Now this doesn't have to look great because you're not going to see the inside of this. Let me just move this over to one side. You're not going to see this. All you're going to see is the wheels coming out of this, or the balls. And it's not going to be turning enough. It's just going to give it that because it's only a display. It's only for a display. It's not for it's not for nothing's working on it really. It's only a display thing. One there. I'm sure I can't do it. I'm going to. This is just going to be a basic, quick throw together. Nothing, no frills here. No fancy stuff. Just a quick basic throw it together like that. I'm going to use super gluey stuff because it's a bit more sharper and faster. We'll dab there like that. Put it in place like that. Bosh. Dab like that. This is just as simple as it. You're not going to see this. This is going to be on the inside of the Dalek. You won't see this at all. Another two of those. Another two of those, please. And doesn't matter how great it looks, as long as it does what it's supposed to do, and you'll see what it's supposed to do in a minute when we get there. Another on that side there. Right, I'll have a slice of these two as well. Careful using a knife, so don't chop your fingers. When I'm building a model, I just have to knack of speeding up and flying through it, but you wouldn't think it the amount of time it takes me to make the video. But so I've never made videos where I've done models before. I've had a few people send me messages asking me with all the models I've done, can I do some videos showing what sort of methods I use in making the models, and what sort of tools I use for making the models, and that's why I'm doing this. I'm no expert. I just roughly throw them together like that. That's that side there. Same for the top there. Like that. Right, now I've got that section there done. I'm going to stick. I'm going to glue this thing down. I'll just straighten this piece of wire up first. I've got this wire. If you're interested in getting a wire, I've had this wire for ages, for a long time. I've got it from. I use this for making my War of the World models, things like that. That's what I use this wire for. B&Q's, any garden centre, it's just for wiring up fencing and stuff like that. I'm going through the whole of that there. Like I said, this isn't doing no turning enough, it's just going to sit there like that. Like that. That's going to go across there like that. Hold that in like that. Now I'm going to dash some glue on there like that, and this is when this comes in handy. If you do any modelling, this is the boy. That'll be dry in seconds. Just dry. So just give you wheels underneath it really. Just to keep it up off the ground a little bit. I'm going to put some plastic over the top of that in a second. Just want to do a couple of all these wheels. It sets very fast once you hit it with the activator. If you use the super glue, it gets over this stuff. It's the reason why I swear by this stuff is you get in normal super glue you get 25 grams in normal super glue, and this comes with 50 grams inside there, and it comes with the activator, 50 grams and the activator. Now you can use it on normal super glue, just stick it on there set, or you can use the activator if you want to set real fast. And there's nothing worse. I always find that when you've got to hold something in place with super glue, that's the day it never wants to dry. So you just stick it on there like that, whack it with the activator, and then that's it. Cut a second, little blow it, and that's done. That's set. So you don't push it off. It just speeds up. And the other reason why that 50 grams of super glue and that, they both come together. It never seems to run out, it goes on forever and never. And as you see, I've always got another one ready to go straight away because it's great. So look how full that is, it's full to the brim. And both of these cost about £6. I don't know what that is in dollars if you're watching in America. £6. And your normal tube of super glue is about £5–6, about the same. You're getting twice as much for that. Anyway, that's that there. I'm just going to give it a little movement there. But what I want now is to put something over that. If it's possible, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to put lights in this Dalek around there, on the top, where the lights go on the top. I've seen some guys doing models of Daleks and they're sticking lights in it, so I'm going to stick lights in it, just to light it up. I can't do no sound in it because the soundboards I used to buy, they stopped making them. Why do they stop making these things? I did a video showing you how to wire up a power supply for a soundboard, and I gave you the link for the soundboard and they don't do it no more. How odd is that? Like that, we'll do that nicely. There you go, that's how fast it is with that glue. The plastic side is still sticking up a bit, but that's how fast it is with that glue. That gives the Dalek sitting up a bit higher, top of there like that, that's sitting on top of there like that, when the time comes. That'll be stuck on top of there like that, looking pretty, like that. He'll be going on top of that, like that. Just gives it that lift. And that typical Dalek sound that you get. And the big end's gone. Dalek with big ends. And then we've got that on top of there. This has been rubbed down, that's all done. That's really refreshing. Next time we're back on here, I'm going to show you, we're going to do the rings that go on here. Then that will be fixed on top of there like that. And once the rings are in place, then that can sit on top of there like that, and that's pretty much that done. Just got to let that dry there now. But what we've got to do now is glue these bits here together where the eyes will be sitting in place. So I'm going to rub these down quickly. Right, we're back again. I said goodbye to you, but I've come back again because I just remembered I wanted to get this on before we end this session here. So I turned off and I'm doing a bit more work on the Dalek. So I put a bit of filler here because I'm using the filler for the Dalek here. So I filled in the Dalek here where I want to do some more rubbing down, straighten it up and make it a little bit more tidier. Fill in there, that's done, that's filled. And as I had some spare filler, I just stuck it on here, just as an extra support for that. But I wanted to get this in place. That's what I wanted to do. So before I put that in place, I just want to quickly rub it down flat, like this, and like that. Rub it down flat so there's no edges to it, because you tend to get an edge on this here. I did mark it. I'm going to judge it again and mark it again so it's in the right place. But I don't want no edges, anything sticking out on that. You can see there's like an edge on it. I want to get rid of them. I can also sand them down off of there when it's in place and it's all done. But I can't sand the insides of it. I want to get them cleaned up a bit. That's what I want. Now it's that really. You do get a bit of dust when you're doing that. I have a bin just where I'm going with this stuff here. the bin right underneath the table and it'll stick straight into the bin. Right, now I've done that, tied that out a bit, I'm going to be sticking that inside there. Like that. I want to get this done before we end this, so I'm going to stick that like that there. I would like to use a normal glue for this because the normal glue is a lot stronger, so I'm going to use the normal modelling glue for this because it's a stronger glue. So I'm going to put that on just here. Take it out of there. We mark it first. Put it in place there. Mark out first, and then we'll put the glue on the marks. One there. One there. One again. One there. Put the marks there. Put the glue on the inside of the marks there. We're going to need to order some of this glue in a second. Glue's in place, I'm going to go back in there with that and just push it up. And then just offer it up. Just offer it into position. Like that. Now that could probably take forever to dry here. We could be all here till Christmas something for that. So I'm going to try and get a dab of this gear inside there somehow. Just to hold it up a bit. In fact. Right, I'm going to try and we'll put these in position, see if I can get them in position. They might help hold it steady. A bit of glue across that. Stab it there. Yeah, it's running out of stuff. It's hard to think that I just use that. Here we go. Put it on the edge there. Doesn't matter if you spill any glue or anything like this because we're going to tidy it up anyway, so there's going to be a bit of rubbing down onto these models. But I'd be advised if you're making a normal model kit that you'd buy in the shop, you can't be that sloppy with it. So pull that just entirely before it drips into the middle. Dripped right into the model. Okay, let's go straight in there like that. Yeah, got a spillage there, but I'll clean it up afterwards because we've got to fill all around this anyway. There are going to be a few gaps here. Just to come up your helps. We're going to fill around all them gaps, so it's okay to drop a bit of glue on there because we can put that down anyway. If this was a proper model that you'd buy as a kit form, then you wouldn't be that sloppy with it. You have to be a lot more careful. Let's stick the other one on top. Hopefully. On that side, on that side there. We're just going to let that set. Something like that. This section here, I'll use the super glue for that if I can get it on there, because we're going to dab on there and just blast it, and that will hold that together while it's drying, like that. And the same thing we do at the bottom. Dab a bit there, there and a bit down there as well. Roll into place and hold it down. I'm going to blast that. We've gone straight through there. Blast that there. That'll hold that in place for now. And then once it's set, dry, we'll stick the side bits on. I don't know if we've got side bits here already. I don't even know if we can test it, see if they're going to fit that. Needs a bit of trimming down on that, I think. Right, I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to let that set and dry before I do any more work with that, because it's a bit fragile at the moment. And then these here, which I think are the sides of these, I'm sure this should have had an angle going on in that. I think the bottom should have an angle, that's why it's like that. What was it, that bit? That's the angle. That was there. I can't remember. For some reason it's a bit bigger than what it's supposed to be, so it needs to be just a bit smaller and stuck into place there. Once that's glued on the side there, then we start filling it all up and then tidying up afterwards. I'm not sure if that's going to come on the inside. I might measure that. What I might do with this is measure this here on the inside and just cut another one to come straight on the come straight up on the inside. Straight to the edge there. Yeah, that'd be my best bet rather than trying to squeeze that in any other way. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Now I'm going to let that dry. A little bit of glue there, but I think we'll be okay with that. Let's dry it. Once that's dry, we'll rub all that down. It's got to be filled. So I'm going to let that dry. We're going to end it here. Put the filler on there, that's going to be dried. When we come back again, I'm going to get these bits cut for the next time, so they can go in the sides there. Once we get them into the sides there, then we're going to fill this all up. Once it's all filled, then with that. And I'm also going to cut the rings for the neck. The rings for the neck that goes in there. So we're getting there, slowly but surely, but we're getting there. And that will all be rubbed down, and I'll get a quick blast of me filling that in. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. I'll see you again next time for number 5. This is number 4, done.